Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Lido Loca. My name's Tony, and I'll be your host for the next few minutes. There's a lot of talk out there in the cruise space, the future of cruising. What happens when they change the nature of the self-service buffet? Can I still get as much food as I want? It's a real concern. Can you still get food on a cruise ship? Well, I'm here today to calm you down a little bit. All right. I like food. I have an unhealthy relationship with food. Food is essential, but at the same time, she's a temptress. And sometimes my impulse control is low, and I like to indulge in her fruits. And probably not enough fruit or vegetables, to be honest, but the other fruits I like from food. Anyways, I'm not here to talk about that. Of course, the self-service buffet is changing, and for some, that's a big deal because they eat most of their meals at the self-service buffet. But with that in mind, I thought it might be a fun exercise to craft a list of all the places that you can get food on a cruise ship, and I've personally come up with 15. I will challenge you here on Christmas Eve to see if you can come up with 15 or more places on a cruise ship where you can get food. If you want to pause the video right now and craft your list, that's cool. Let's give it a pause. Congratulations to those who got 15 items or more. I would love to hear ones that I did not get. But let's go on with the video. Number one, where can you get food on a cruise ship? You can get food at the buffet. That's still going to be true. It might not be a self-service buffet, but there will be buffets on cruise ships. They might be serving you the food. It'll still be a variety of food. You still will be able to get food on the buffet. Number two, the main dining room. This is true for most cruise ships. The place where you can go breakfast, lunch, and dinner and get food off of a set menu. The cool thing about the main dining room is you can still get as much food as you want there, but I do have a tip about that. I'm going to save that till the end. Save yourself some embarrassment at the main dining room. Save yourself some aggravation at the main dining room. Stay tuned to the end for the main dining room tip that will change your life. Or will change your main dining room experience. I don't want to oversell it. Number three, specialty dining. That's another place you can get food on a cruise ship. You want to try some elevated cuisine? You want to try some different cuisine? You want to spend money for no good reason? No, I'm just kidding. I do like specialty dining, but it does cost extra. Just a heads up. You can do that at the specialty dining restaurant. You can get your food there on a cruise ship. That's number three. Number four, included food venues. What I'm talking about here, many cruise lines have these included food venues that aren't the buffet, that aren't the main dining room. Probably the most famous that I can think of is Guy's Burger on Carnival cruise ships. This is included with your cruise fare. It's only open limited times during the day, but yes, you can get this branded specialty hamburger and fries at the included restaurant. So who cares about the buffet? Go get 10 Guy's Burgers. You can do that. Number five on my list, one of my favorite places to get a little bit of food is Tea Time. That's right. If you like a nice little cucumber sandwich, which I do, or smoked salmon on anything, you can usually get that at Tea Time. Now, I'm more of a savory person than a sweet person, but there's plenty of sweets at Tea Time also. Cruise lines vary on how they do Tea Time. Princess, for example, has Tea Time every day. Carnival doesn't have Tea Time every day, only on the sea days. So check your schedule, or check your cruise line. But Tea Time, another place where you can get food on a cruise ship. Number six, room service. This is no surprise, right? You know you can get food from room service. Some places charge for their room service. Some places have a free menu for their room service. May depend on the time of day. But if you are hunkered down in your room and you want a little food delivered and you don't want to get out of your cabin, room service. Number seven, the pizza joints. Now, pizza probably could be included in the included food like the Guy's Burger, that kind of thing, but I think pizza deserves its own category. Most cruise ships have pizza 24 hours a day. This is the staple for the late night crowd. Pizza. Not all cruise lines have it 24 hours a day, but Carnival, Royal, Norwegian, you can all get a slice in the middle of the night. Pizza. Food on a cruise ship. Another place where you can get food on a cruise ship, number 8 on my list, are the coffee shops. Coffee shops, not only can you get your morning cup of joe or your afternoon latte, but many times you can get a pastry or you can get something savory. Sometimes it's included, sometimes it costs extra. But if you're on a cruise ship with a coffee shop, you can almost guarantee that inside that coffee shop is a food option. Number 9 on my list is ice cream shops, whether it's the self-service ice cream or an ice cream shop or a gelato shop. Ice cream is a big component to cruise food, and it's going to be in some form on almost every cruise ship. You might be lucky, you might have the 24-hour ice cream service stations. That may not be true going forward in the future, or you may have to watch the hours and go to the gelato shop when they're open. But certainly ice cream is a food that you can get on the cruise ship, not dependent on the buffet. Number 10 on my list, maybe it's cheating, I don't know, but snacks that you brought on board. Did you know that you could bring snacks onto a cruise ship? Now, you can't bring a big Tupperware of deviled eggs, not like that kind of snack, but any snack that's already sealed up. You like Teddy Grahams, those teddy bear, I don't understand them. Do you like the Teddy Grahams? If they're already sealed up, or your Ritz crackers with cheese, whatever you like, as long as it's sealed up in a box or something like that, most cruise lines will let you bring that on, and that way you're not dependent on anything from the cruise ship. If you want a late night snack, you can pop your Teddy Grahams in, or some goldfish, or whatever you brought on board. But snacks that you brought from home, that's another option of food that you can find on the cruise ship. Number 11 on my list is food that you can get from doing a cooking class. I'm thinking very specifically about my time on the Oasis of the Seas. They offer both a salsa making class and a sushi making class. And fortunately, could you imagine, and you have to pay money for them. So could you imagine you like make a roll of sushi, but then you don't get to eat it? No, that's not true. So if you go to the salsa making class, the sushi making class, cooking classes in general, you're going to get to eat the food. Number 12 on the list, say you want some elevated food option and you don't want to make the food yourself like at a sushi making class. Well, there's the chef's table, probably the highest elevated type food on the cruise ship, where a cruise ship chef actually prepares a multi-course meal for you. These meals are usually limited in space, so they're smaller, more intimate, really a close relationship with you and the chef preparing this multi-course meal. It's additional charge, but man, it's food that you can get on a cruise ship, the chef's table. Closely related to snacks would be snacks from the Sundry store or the gift shop. That's right, you may not have known it, but tucked in the aisles there, along with sunscreen and dental floss, are bags of gummy bears. You could get a branded hat, a t-shirt, and a Baby Ruth bar. Sometimes the gift shop's the only thing that's open, and so that might be the only spot where you can go to get some food on the cruise ship, but they do have some food hidden away along with the trinkets there in the gift shop. Number 14 kind of feels like the gift shop, but it's different. If it's during business hours, many of these cruise ships have a candy store, a store dedicated to candy. You want some Pop Rocks, or you want some Zots, you want some Sixlets, do you want a candy bar? Do you like nerds? How about that? Many cruise lines have a candy shop where you can go get all of that stuff and more. It usually has its own set of hours, not a 24/7 kind of thing. But if you got that sweet tooth, if you got that hankering and you can't find it in the pastries or the desserts that they lay out, you can go get it in some commercial brand candy at the candy store. And number 15 on my list ties back to the MDR. It's Sea Day Brunch. This normally occurs in one of the main dining rooms, and this is a special menu that is prepared on the Sea Day. This will be a menu that's different than the breakfast menu normally in the MDR. So cool thing on Sea Days, you can sleep in. The brunches usually run to like 1 o'clock. You can sleep in and go eat off of a special Sea Day Brunch menu. Again, it happens in the MDR, and I do have this tip for you for dealing with food in the MDR. When I first started cruising, one of the things that everybody told me is the coolest thing about the MDR is you can have multiple appetizers, multiple entrees, multiple desserts. So if you want a shrimp cocktail, you can get that. If you want the escargot and you can't decide between the two, you can just get them both, which is very appealing. But what I've found in practice is sometimes it's very annoying. So let me give you my tip for ordering multiple food items at the MDR. Here's the deal. It's very simple. If you feel like you're going to get multiple items at the MDR, order them at the beginning of your meal. The MDR is essentially banquet service. I used to work at a large hotel in Nashville, and I helped out in banquet service from time to time. The way banquet service works, they prepare a lot of the food in advance, they load them up, and you got an appetizer station, you got an entree station, you got a dessert station. Sometimes all of those things are already pre-made in a hot box, and the way that service goes is they serve you appetizers, entrees, and then desserts. Now, the thing that becomes challenging is if you you eat your appetizer and they start to clear away all of the appetizers, and then all of a sudden you decide you want another appetizer, that interrupts the flow of service. It causes delay in service. Appetizers in the back may have been cleared away and they may already have the entrees ready to go. So now somebody has to go track down an appetizer. Same thing with the entrees. You finish your entree and now you want some other entree, but you're waiting until all the food is getting cleared away. Now they got to track it down. It's causing a delay. Food waste is a real deal. We don't want people to waste food. Some people would say, well, I won't order a second entree until I know for sure that I want it. But if you have any inkling that you're going to order multiple things in the MDR, do it at the time that you place your initial order. So if you think you might have a shrimp cocktail and an escargot, just tell the guy in the beginning. That way you don't interrupt the flow of service. And by interrupting the flow of service, you are adding a delay to the dining time, and that's going to make the people that you're cruising with annoyed. There's been times where I've been eating dinner at a table where all of the entrees got cleared off and dessert was getting ready to come out, and then somebody said, oh, I think I would like another entree. So now you go into waiting mode. They got to track down the other entree, then they got to serve it, then that person's got to eat it, and then you are, then you finally get dessert. And sometimes you don't have that much time, like if you're at early dining to get to the show, and now you're waiting because somebody wanted an extra entree. I don't begrudge anybody wanting an extra entree. The only thing I say is just order it in the beginning, so they bring them both to you at the same time and nobody else is waiting. That's just a tip from Big Tony. So put your heart at rest. Are you worried about where you're going to get food at on the cruise ship? There's a lot of places. 15 places I came up with. How did you do? Did you come up with the same 15? Or is there some I missed? Leave a comment below. Thank you so much for watching the show today. I hope you enjoyed it. Please show your support by hitting the like button. It's Tony with Lido Loca, and until the next time, we'll see you on the Lido. Bye.